all of a sudden the players think, oh, I can actually contest a Terrorblade with that hero, and now maybe in the future he'll get banned. It's like little things down the line, especially when a team like Vici is just watching other teams play. They want to see what the strategies other teams develop, because it'll all come down to the finals and how those ideas influence it.
So thinking about the first 3 bans, what I was wanting to get that was the 3. Razor, Naga,
it's okay,
ET.
Cat, we believe you. We believe you.
It's very similar to the way the EG drafted, but I feel like Batrider is an unnecessary ban, because if Vici Gaming is going to 1-2 anything, it's going to be the Death Prophet. I don't feel they're going to open with Batrider and Death Prophet. I think that leaves you too open to be counterpicked.
I feel like they open with maybe Bane then. That's been their other sort of first pick staple when the ET and the Naga have been banned. That's a hero that Fenrir can relieve a lot of pressure in the lanes with.
Can you still first pick the Death Prophet though? I agree that they probably won't pick Bat afterwards, but
I think you should just second pick it. But yes, you could still 1-2 it.
They may also, if they're going to go core, I think they first pick Gyro.
Yeah, I think that's the one. That's the most popular one so far here.
Because it also
picks.
VP has second overall pick here, and so many times now, second pick they've gone. Okay, so they do go the Bane route, and then you expect Virtus Pro to come back with Gyro Sanking.
A classic. But Sanking's banned, actually. That's a second ban from Vici Gaming.
Oh god. Okay, so Joel, all right, I'll settle for half right.
And getting the Bane.
All right.
There are not too many of those forward position, 4 positions. And
Combo with Gyro. I mean,
Gyro combos with everybody though.
I'm okay with Tusk. I actually thought Tusk was perfectly fine pickup for most of this tournament, and he fell off.
They've been using Warlock.
is that Chen's out? Oh, Omni. Okay. Okay.
I just feel like Tusk sometimes has games where he doesn't do that much. It's like if you're roaming and people don't expect you and you show up and gank mid, then it's great. But with all these dual lanes, Tusk doesn't impact, I feel like, as well as a hero like Bane, who just trades better, can be better late game. Like Tusk just becomes this like, I'm gonna save somebody with Snowball kind of hero is what it feels.
I agree with you, but I think for me it's the fact that they have Gyrocopter. I think those like they enable each other.
That's
in many
true.
ways.
For Rocket Barrage Chase and stuff like that.
So I actually really like the Omni, and I was wondering if it was going to scare them off, the Death Prophet, but they're going to stick to their guns.
Why do you think it would scare him off from a DP?
Because the Guardian Angel still gets rid of all physical damage, including Exorcism, right?
Vici Gaming very likely just to play an initiation heavy style where they can get that jump and then follow up with the AoE silence from the Death Prophet can still be very effective.
They get rid of the Rubik now.
Yeah, that's I expect that VP would ban the Rubik. I mean, Rubik Bane is a little bit. It's not necessarily the favorite support duo of Vici.
It's the better counter for Omni, obviously.
I mean, Rubik does use Steel Purify and all, but I feel like in the laning stage, he is still a weakness. I feel like that was genuinely what got discovered this tournament. I mean, not that people didn't know, but they thought it was okay before. It is curious to see the Omni get picked back up, though. It kind of gotten left to the side the last couple days.
Well, I think the big turnaround was VP third picked it yesterday. I believe it was in the first game against EG, and it really had a great game. And I think that sort of solidified.
That was the one against Ursa, right?
I
think it was.
Yeah. The Fear Ursa was the last pick in that game. That's right.
Yeah, Gyro most picked at ESL 1. Katowice. It'll take some doing to topple him as well. Rubik second most picked.
Tiny's not banned.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. That's only the 7th or 8th time that he's made it second phase of the tournament.
He's sneaking out there farther and farther and farther. And I just keep on double checking myself, just making sure, like, oh, he is still out there.
Oh, Tiny DK both in the pool.
Yeah, DK, I assume Vici Gaming is going to be banning. Mostly because I think you can't get the Viper on your team. Or it's not very easy, let's say.
You think Vici Gaming ban the DK? I think they can take it, actually.
Or leave it through. I still think that Death Prophet is ultimately good against Dragonite in the late game.
Yeah.
It's like a really good damage source, so I think that's one of the benefits of the DP opening, personally. They could also take it, but I don't think they need to ban it, at least. They do ban Tusk, so that would have been good for VP.
Yeah, I really like that. I just expect to see, given the opens, right? You expect to see support bans. Because we had 3 cores out of 4 heroes open. It's been a rarity in this tournament.
Unlikely ban, but farther down the line. Virtus Pro, or excuse me, Vici Gaming, Juggernaut, maybe, farther down the line.
Sure.
I've paired it with both the Bane and the DP during this tournament.
I mean, I feel like that's it here. It'd definitely be like 3rd or 4th, probably 4th picked, I would guess. If it does get, I mean, technically it's good against both teams right now. But
Yep, they left it till 5th pick.
there's a hero we forgot about. Caudle, very consistently banned in first phase last few days.
What about the laning counter for the Omni Knight? The Ursa, big physical damage. Not a lot of those in Vici pool.
I think you want to be able to see a couple of supports first.
Okay.
Like a lot of area control that Vici banned out. I wonder if that says something. I mean, DP is certainly a bit vulnerable to that, but
That takes away, or at least inhibits, Underlord a bit.
It's also a Vici hero.
It is, and that was a Chinese support staple during TI7. I mean, takes away the old 5th pick Paparazzi Alchemist.
Yep, they last played AA in their last game.
Yep.
Against Team Liquid. It was also alongside a DP.
it's definitely pretty good against her. Even if you land Ice Blast and it doesn't do damage, like just the debuff alone is huge because it prevents her healing. And especially with all the DP builds, it's very much about Spirit Siphon and Yule Scepter. It's not so much about being tanky, so if you can't regen, they could certainly secure kills. Amplifies gyro damage, it's a lot of good benefits. In some ways, it's a little bit surprising to me that it was picked first because it's the first support, but I do agree that it was partially blocked pick. Or at least suspect. Vici Gaming just gets something divey and mobile, I feel like, right now. Because VP's lockdown is kind of crappy.
Also
Maybe one
hurts
solution.
the AA also hurts the Dragon Knight too. Very regen dependent hero.
I'm not as confident in that one.
Well, it's not like a hard
But-
counter, but it's something. If you were going to base your strategy on DP and DK, I think the AA has value against both of those in different ways.
It's not bad, yeah. It's just that Dragon Knight has so much
there you
HP and he's always so high in HP that it's... Yes, you can burst him, but you still got to get him to 10%, which is hard.
I mean, that's just one of those that, regardless of how you feel about Bane and Rubik being as a support duo, there's just not too much on the opposite side. It's such an open Rubik game, and I mean the Earthshaker arguably makes Rubik even better. He can stay out that initial CC.
He has had some lacking in the last couple matches, though. Fnatic lost with it pretty dramatically with their support duo that didn't do much. And on the Liquid side, GH got some great Echo Slams and seemed to play relatively good, but it didn't really feel like it made a huge impact.
Yeah, I just feel like I feel like once you have the one lane lockdown support, the Witch Doctor, the Bane, you can get away with so much more at your 4 position.
The Earthshaker is a little bit dangerous here because of its its blow-up potential against Death Prophet, and another squishier core that would actually set up Vici Gaming really well, which would be the Face Void.
Okay. Pretty good timing.
Dota,
So
capitalist.
I think VP knew that pick was coming, and that's in part why they picked the Earthshaker.
So Void hasn't been played that much here. Generally, people criticize it for... Like, you can Chronosphere and kill people sometimes, but it's a very long cooldown, so if it doesn't work out so, you're on a big disadvantage. And it usually takes a lot of items to become high damage.
Very cooldown dependent lineup right now from Vici Gaming. I think you need to be able to find a way to give you split push pressure that when you do use your Chronosphere and you use your Exorcism, you take some sort of fight, some sort of objective, you're not immediately slapped back down by VP.
If VP do not ban it here, if you go all the way back to Genting, Vici Gaming ran a very, very similar draft to this with a Night Stalker in place of a Bane, and they 5th picked an Enigma. And that Enigma is also something that we've seen used in the lane against the Omni Knight.
Yeah, I think it's just an overall team fight counter in many ways. I think that would leave your lineup too slow for me personally. especially against VP and the way they like to play.
I would agree with that.
Twice already.
I was actually going to say the split push idea was Furion, and I just noticed that was actually
Okay.
VP's ban.
The ban, yep.
Yeah, the Bat Rider is
Bat Rider.
the other hero that gives you a lot of like very active split pushing and gives you great initiation. OD for VP,
Oh yeah.
I think would be a
Super
decent
down.
response to all of this because you've got the OD Omni combination. It's a no one winning hero. Little bit nervous about the initiation aspect of VG Gaming, but
I mean, I guess they can keep him alive with Omni if he gets Chronosphered or whatever, but I feel like there's a lot of disable. Last time they matched up, Ramses had a lot of trouble playing OD against Vici Gaming. They quickly transitioned to like 2 Halberds and 2 Hexes, and he didn't really feel like it did much.
Okay, so VP are going to go with the safe option, the Dragon Knight.
I like that better because it's more able to survive some of these teamfight burst things that Vici's dealing with. They actually don't have that much damage, but they got amazing control.
I
in
actually
the teamfight.
I completely agree with you because I think it was so important. Like once I said OD, it was like you have no frontliner at that point in time, right? And you can't play without a frontliner against this kind of initiation that Vici Gaming have, right? Like you need that hero to be like very far forward to be able to like keep back the presence of a Bat Rider jumping your back line and grabbing an Omni Knight or grabbing a Gyrocopter and pulling him out of position. So
Yeah.
I fully agree with your
All right,
analysis.
let's
there.
get some predictions from you, Alan.
I mean, I am going to go.
Or Virtus.
Segment. No Gyro DK on the same team. Virtus Pro.
I like it. Dreams do come true. Cap's dreams come true anyway. Let's bring in our commentary team for the grand final. Gents, you've got a void in the middle of this. That should be some fun.
We have a void in the middle of this. We also have something unusual, which we're going to keep as a little bit of a secret till we get. Before we do, without revealing the secret, what do you think about the drafts? Can you do it without revealing the secret?
Without revealing the secret, but,
Yeah,
but it's such a good one.
I want to see if you can tilt the balance here at all.
Well, I think both sides have their strengths. I think Vici, they got everything that they wanted. They've got the 11 on the Bat Rider. They have so many different ways of initiation. Lots of team fight. That's their jam. That's what we've seen them running over and over again.
It's time for the
And, that's
reveal.
what and here comes the reveal.
At the
It
same
is-
time they smoke, it's Ramses
Omni
Knight.
Yeah.
So
I
they
think-
are mixing things up, partial to the DK and Ramses on the Omni.
I guess it's like a response to the Bat Rider. They're just giving a lot of respect to 11. And they're already, yeah, like you said, smoking up. They're looking to this first blood to scout the lanes out as well.
We've seen so many of these aggressive smoke maneuvers from sides throughout this entire time, the entire tournament, and sometimes it works out. This time it looks to be one of those cases. The homing missile going towards Lanham, the Fissure holding him a little bit closer. Support is here from VG. They brought everyone as well. Now it's VP coming in from the dire side. They're focusing the Rubik and they'll bring him down. But where is the extra fight? 11 may be the next target. Running up the river. Roger's too far away and the Fissure still on cooldown. So everyone will disengage, but first blood is spilt by Virtus Pro.
Who got that one? It was Pasha, right?
It wasn't D Pasha, it was
So
the
he-
DK.
So now he's going to be able to pretty much buy a full Magic Wand to match up versus the Bat Rider. That's going to help them a whole lot in the start of the game. And look at the approach that they're doing. They're actually... Well, see ya, Ramses. You're now off lane. Pasha's playing the carry DK.
So it feels kind of odd, right? Like we've watched it with a lot of the teams recently where the 2s, the 3s, the 1s, like it doesn't even matter what lane you're in right
they
now.
swapped. They swapped.
They've swapped it?
They've swapped
Okay. Ramsey's going bottom. So we've at least seen this, what heroes we normally see is off laners always running in the safe lane and then seeing these dual off lanes with a roaming support. How do you think it works for Ramses? Like he's on this bot lane, you'll have Solo to help him out, so we do have the dual lane. Does VG Gaming switch this up? Do they try and get the better matchup they want?
Oh,
or
yeah.
are they fine with Bat Rider versus Omni Knight?
I think that they want the Bat versus the DK mostly, but because they don't want it versus the Omni Knight. However, I think that's where VP's draft kind of comes in that clever aspect, where I think both the DK and the Omni Knight, they can do decent versus the Bat Rider. DK less so, but they can definitely find their farm and not get so punished.
Small little thing that was scouted out, Fenrir's ward placement, Ori, Fissure, it's going to be thrown out, he is body blocked up, homing missiles out, plus rocket barrage, Ori copying so much damage, the homing missile will hold him in place for another rocket barrage, but then again, they don't need it, the damage is enough.
Roger's just been on fire with all of his early rotations in this tournament.
Yep. Like we were having the discussion before this whole battle was beginning, like who do we actually give the Mercedes-Benz to? Who do our votes go to? was. And you're considering actually giving it over to 11. And personally, like, I'm with Roger. Right now, my vote is with Roger. I loved his performance yesterday, always at initiator, and he just leads the way for Virtus.pro's attacks.
I'm fine with giving it to Roger.
Ramsey's that time lock. They may go under the tower now for this one. They got the extra damage to time walk forward. Paparazzi, where's the extra help? Solo's nearby, but he's only an ancient apparition. So Vici Gaming getting the kill behind the tier 1 tower and the trees. So you're still with 11?
Someone's gotta be for Vici, right? They've been playing so spectacular this tournament, so I do have to give it to one of their players.
Need to get that voting system down into China and then see what happens.
Yeah.
The balance shall swing.
Instantly, they do swap those lanes. Omni Knight, after dying, heads top to match up versus the Bat. DK wants to go bottom versus Void. And they can continue these lanes because with no one in mid, with that Earthshaker rotations, they have kill threat every single time on Ori when he doesn't have all the spirits.
Oh, Roger, he got the fissure block once again. Ori can't get out this one. The homing missile was on cooldown, so now it can be triggered. He'll come back up, giving Lanham some space to play with. Doesn't have telekinesis just yet. Now he does, but Lanham is merely the buffer to keep Ori alive, while on bottom lane, the cold feed, the lock with the Dragon Tail. Fenrir is going to get stunned up. He did get the brain set pop, so the extra life nightmare. It's over on the DK, but it won't stop Solo from slapping him down. That chilling touch bonus damage being just enough to get VP the kill.
And the unorthodox skill build too, being the 1-1 rather than having any in Dragon's Blood, just catching Vici a little bit off guard there.
Bonus damage.
Yeah.
A lot of confidence from Pasha when he does that kind of lane swap to do such a thing, because it's been the standard from the DK.
They want the combo to be able to proc the cold feed, so they need that stun early on. He's even got 2 in Breathe Fire as well to keep that pressure going.
They really want kills. Yeah. But it's the only way, yeah. You kill off Faceless Void before he can time walk away. You need to have burst damage. You need stun control.
The big thing for mid lane is they have to be sure to kind of like bait out the Spirit Siphons, because with 2 Spirit Siphons, I believe it's going to be a bit hard for them to actually burst down Ori until they get higher levels. Once they've got 6 on the gyro, they can start threatening.
I think Roger's just waiting for to go for the bounty rune run. Like, if you can get a kill on mid, fantastic. If you can't, it is what it is. Yep, they're going again. Time dilation over on Solo, getting a time lock from Paparazzi. Pasha's in the neighborhood. Fenrir just resetting back up again as the brain sap available. That's why Pasha stuns him up, and the range is still there for Fenrir. And that brain sap range looks a lot smaller than it really is. Solo's in trouble with Lanham. Ramsey's is low as well for the cold feet. That's going to trigger over on the Rubik. Solo was just battling for the runes.
Got a lot of wand charges. He has vision of bottom.
Still a heavy commitment from Vici Gaming now, holding these 3 heroes down. It may pay off. Nightmare is out. Roger's still on the run. A lot of sticky napalm charges. Solo's dying in the bottom river with Paparazzi jumping forward. Fenrir can just brain sap him out, but now it's 11 being turned on the top lane. Very hard to be aggressive when you've got the fissure control and then the purification.
They've done a remarkable job, though, of keeping the pressure on Ori. Gyro is getting close to level 6. Death Prophet's only level 4 3/4. And look at the last hits. 26. Bottom now.
Yeah, cold feet just managed to snap the Nightmare, causing problems. Paparazzi, he'll time walk out. Fenrir, the Vortex is slowing him down. And the cold feet, they won't be able to get that Dragon Tail stun, it's too far away.
That was beautiful by Fenrir, using the Nightmare to disjoint the cold feet proc on Paparazzi.
Thought it was only just to stop the damage, but yeah. More support coming towards the mid. The smoke gank up by the ES. Looking to rotate around. At the same time, that level 3 Rubik is in the neighborhood.
Level 6 gyro. They want to get active with it.
Fissure. There's the body block with the call down. And now homing missiles coming in. Spirit Siphon. Currently, it's out. And it's on a catapult. There's enough to give Ori enough life, as no one taunts his way back to his side of the river. I think Lanham's actually here to try and negate some of this. Like, how often do you see a Rubik go on 1-1-1 build, as opposed to getting the extra points up in the burst from Fadebolt? Roger's in trouble on the top. There's a haste rune as well. There's no outrunning this. And they body block. The cold feet's there with a fissure stun. Roger going back into the pit. Ori can keep up with him quickly, but the denial from Roshan. Attempted, but not allowed thanks to the Crypt Swarm.
They have to protect the Death Prophet. when the Gyrocopter's got such an advantage. And look at no one. He's actually just trying to pressure all the lanes now. So 3 lanes looking really solid for VP at the moment. Even kill score, though.
For the net worth, the top 3, they belong to Virtus Pro. Go the entire way. Don't worry, it was worth seeing that for the death of the Bane who died above Roshan. And now in towards mid. The Fissure is out. The Cold Feet should be able to proc. No, if it doesn't, the homing missile will do the work instead. And Ori will fall no one after killing off the Bane. Doubles up on Ori in the mid.
Roger in the right place at the right time. And not only just Roger, Solo too. Level 5 on Ancient Apparition already.
They're going bottom. Pasha, Lanham, he actually started with the Fade Bolt. He'll get the pick up and throw back. Lasso's available, that's why Pasha, Dragon Tail stuns him. Pasha, he needs more friends, he needs more help, because that is approaching Batrider who will have the lasso if required. And maybe it is, no it's not. He's on top of him with a Firefly with 4 stacks of sticky napalm. The DK with only 1 point up in Dragon, blood burns.
Tons of lane rotations coming out. Ori still heavily under pressure here. There's level 7 now on Gyrocopter to level 5 Death Prophet. There's a chance that Solo hits level 6 very early on the AA as well, and that could really limit Ori's chance to get back in this game.
That Ice Blast just stopping any kind of regeneration for the Death Prophet. As long as they can control her, keep her in one position. So far it has been working out. Roger is having a little bit of a harder life until he gets those arcane boots, but he's still been there at the right time to get the fissures off.
He's playing this old kind of roaming Earthshaker that we used to see a lot around like the TI4 era. Is just stacking camps and just playing around your mid lane constantly.
Well, he gets the extra money for it, right?
Yep.
All towards the Blink Dagger. VP so quick on their lane rotations. The second VG think they can get an upper hand on it. Like Paparazzi is facing up against the DK. There's an Ancient Apparition right behind him. They got a good defensive Observer Ward down too.
They're really limiting 11 from doing what he did in the other games that he's been playing this Batrider and just getting out of control after the laning phase. He does have a lot of stacks though for the Bat. We see him now taking out 2 triple stacks. Gonna have that blink. Yep. Almost finished after it.
Very nice for the Rubik as well. I think he was actually one of the primary ones to stack these camps.
Yeah. He stacked all the right big camps.
And with the Invis Rune, he walks right underneath the Radiant Observer Ward, so they can go on Pasha, pick him up, throw him back in again. You've got the extra control. And it's all about 4 hero rotation, Exorcism as well. They really wanted that dead Pasha.
They have to turn this into some tower threat here with the Exorcism. They should be able to as well.
But VP are looking elsewhere.
Yeah, there was a smoke going toward top before Pasha died, but now they redirect themselves. They should be able to find Lanham here pretty easily.
Yep. Easy Fissure, easy Cold Feet, easy life. No one claiming now his 4th kill of the 6 that VP have for this game. But Ramses will add pressure to the bottom lane as well, so you're taking the tier 1 tower up on top. Or you should be at least. Maybe you're not. DK starts his TP. Gyro's coming in. Pasha. Dragon Tail stun off the Faceless Void. Fenrir's the neighborhood. Nightmare's onto Pasha.
Lasso on mid stops no one's TP.
Yep, but now no one will just stand his ground and fight up against 11. 11 taking way too much damage. Ramses comes in to help. And Paparazzi and Solid can battle around Roshan. It's Bane who's currently call snapped up, controlled by Roger. He has to Chrono, killing off the Ancient Apparition. Paparazzi will get 1. The trade-off is going to be his own support, however. Both teams back to objective-based gaming.
Neither team really getting too much tower damage out of either of those movements, but
the bottom tier 1 was almost dead though.
Yeah,
that's the upside.
VP getting a lot out of their rotations though, and they still have Ori quite shut down. And now they know Exorcism's down. Now they know the Chrono's down as well. They can look to continue that aggression.
Ramses. Those 4 points in DJ Aura making it difficult for 11 to get away. He's playing the cliffside. StarCraft 2 is not meant to happen until next week with the Reaper jumps. At 11, they're just trying to protect him. He's so close to that Blink Dagger, he cannot afford to die.
He's going to be really crucial for them to get back in this. Because at the moment now, this no-one Gyrocopter is absolutely enormous. 5,300 net worth in comparison to the 3,700 of the Void. Pasha now is able to threaten top with that first Elder Dragon form usage.
Dropping it down nice and low. Rubik is able to defend the bottom lane now. He's got level 6 and stole the 4 points in Purification.
The Dream Steal, and gets the deny.
You can see Solo now being more aggressive with his visioning. So the Observer Ward goes down on top of the Dire Shrine, watching that Trinity camp. So they know when the Batrider's farming up. The Batrider, he's got the cash for it now. So expect smoke. Okay, nice steal from Pasha with the Breathe Fire. But Young 11, he has the money for the Blink Dagger. The Courier's just busy at the moment, bringing smoke to the mid.
They were looking for Ori in mid. First Ice Blast usage. Lanim's gonna sit behind Ori now for the most part with this Purification. Will make it a lot harder for them to kill. For them to kill the Death Prophet as long as he's not clipped by that AA blast.
Pressure on Solo to do such a thing. But teamfight big ultis, he's an expert at it. Disruptor, I think, is still like his #1, but Ancient Apparition gets to be close behind.
They're just sitting around the mid lane waiting to punish that Death Prophet.
3 smoke. They're coming top. They're looking for the tier 1 tower.
They've got DK
you've still got
soon.
like Batrider wants to initiate here. They'll walk underneath the Dire Observe Ward, so it's going to be Vici Gaming who feels secure this time around. The Rainier scanning behind the tower, he's not there. Pings right on top of Paparazzi. Chronosphere is available, and the rest of the support, they found Solo. He's a huge kill to actually pick up. He'll get his Ice Blast off on Lanham, and they want to get more. There's your pullback, Paparazzi. He time walks off the damage. He'll survive. 11 won't be so lucky. The Chronosphere, it's a pure escape mechanism at the moment for Paparazzi. He needs to get back to his teammates. Can't believe Solo was actually able to survive through this too. Paparazzi homing missiles on him. It is so difficult to run away from this time. What comes off cooldown, but the Purification from Ramses seals the deal before he can get the jump.
The speed at which VP's moving, Vici's just unable to respond to it. They actually had to use both defensive lasso and Chronosphere there to try to protect themselves, and now the aggressiv's not done.
Yeah, can they close the distance? Ori starts his TP, the Echo Slam. Looking for the extra damage and to cancel the TP, but Fenrir, the Ice Blast is coming in. It's just chain kills right now in favor of Virtus.pro.
Did you see the build that Ramses is going as well on the Omni Knight? It might be the first one that we'll ever see.
The Battle Fury style, Pasha, trouble up on top. Nope. TP out home, very, very simply.
They're playing so well right now on the side of VP.
A Battle Fury Omni Knight with a 4 points degen, 4 points Purify.
Playing the carry Omni, man.
Yeah. It's not really something you think you need to do, right? Because you just Purify to get rid of a creep wave. Or so what's the purpose of the Battle Fury apart from just nice increase in damage and regen?
He wants to scale too. He gets a 90 damage perk at 15. Gonna be hitting pretty hard.
90 damage perk with the Okay, yeah, I can feel that. You know anyone else has done that before?
I've never seen Battle Fury Omni Knight. Not in Dota 2, in Dota 1.
Covering your bases, not dealing in absolutes. I see what you're doing there, Fox. Let's not bring up the history of Dota 2.
Good.
Crap. It's a trap. Alright, they're looking really fantastic anyway, so yeah, you don't need to scale much more than this. Fenrir on the run, the homing missile. It chases after him. It's only a level 1, however, so minimal damage, but the call down, the Ice Blast, they're all searching for Fenrir, but he's back to the tier 2 tower. It won't stop no one from diving. He's got 10-1 charges. Phase Boots are coming off cooldown, and with the Purify, they have the confidence to go in deeper. Solo gets picked off in the meantime in front of Roshan, and Fenrir actually TP's out. They lost the vision. They didn't want to stick around.
Wow.
And VG, not only will they get the kill, they'll take the tier 1 tower on bottom lane. Fortification is delaying this. With Ori's Exorcism committed, that is most definitely a tower gone.
They have to get a lot out of all their ultis now on the side of Vici, so they don't start falling further and further behind. Because if you look at VP's lineup, they're not as ulti reliant in the early game in comparison.
I think Roger's in trouble. He was underneath the Observe Ward. Paparazzi, he'll move north to give the extra vision. Looking for the time lock, but the lasso from 11 will do the work. And this is a dangerous zone for Virtus.pro. Yes, their 2 cores are so far in front, but Vici Gaming, these small little picks, they're starting to repair the 7k deficit.
He's got the Battle Fury.
Scale time. Is this ancient farming now for Ramses? He's still not 15 yet, so he doesn't have the plus 90.
He's gonna farm pretty fast whenever he can push lanes out easier too, even with Purify on top. No one gets a free mid tower. Almost has, actually does have a full SNY finished up with phase drum already on the gyrocopter.
This is the first time in a while, too, we've seen a DK that hasn't gone for a Shadow Blade or a Blink Dagger. He's gone for the Armlet as his first major item. Playing the slower game. Does that actually give a little bit of intent as well for what Virtus.pro have in mind?
I think they're comfortable with taking it to the later stages. They're fine as long as all 3 of their core scale. Sure, he wants to get one of those initiating items, though, so that he can he can start the fights, because there's something that we always say is like these Earthshakers, these Magnuses, these type of heroes, like these big initiators or counter initiators, you want someone else to start the fight. And having DK with the blink will allow Earthshaker to have a little bit more liberty to set himself up for echoes and fish. And Rogers about
VP
to
a blink
have...
team, right? Like
Yeah.
in their games, are probably like Nahal's can get a setup for this one, but I would not be surprised if we get like 3 close to 4 average blink daggers on these guys every time they play. That's what it was.
Ramsey's-
That's what it was yesterday with Ramsey's blink dagger on Death Prophet.
Yeah, Ramsey's queued one up as well in the Omni Knight next. So, but the blink dagger on the Omni Knight is more standard, especially versus Void. Positioning is super important to be able to get that GA off during the Chronosphere so you don't get bursted to the Exorcism.
Well, he's holding all of that wonderful damage back, while Pasha and no one beat into the tier 2 tower. They can continuously push if they want to. The Ice Blast is heading towards the north. And this will slow down the pressure.
They don't want to give any breathing room to Vici. They know that they have a very big lead at the moment, and they know that Vici's gone for the Battle Fury build on the Void too.
11. Firefly comes off cooldown. Does he want to jump up? He may have to. Blink away. No, the Fissure will connect before he blinks. Batrider will go down.
Don't give them any space.
Yep.
They got the tier 2 for free. They know that they can play aggressive on the other side of the map, and they can actually threaten the top tier 2 as well now because they didn't have to expend Dragon Form and all that.
Faceless Void's trying to up his scaling too. Battle Fury on the Faceless Void.
Yeah, he needs to in this game since he's the, what we like to call is like that solo core. Sure, Death Prophet can scale in a way, but he needs to be that true one. Void. Ori's still trying to recover. He's level 11 on the Death Prophet and has his Eul's at least finished up. The BKB is going to be extremely important versus this heavy magic damage lineup that VP has.
Yeah.
But still, level 11 on Death Prophet, level 11 on Void compared to level 14 on Gyro and Omni Knight.
Yeah, they know they can't fight. This is the reason why VP could just continue to take objectives. The tier 2 tower on the top lane goes down. Roger, like he's got his farm for the Blink Dagger already done, working towards a 4-staff. He has to defend the bottom lane.
He's just hoping someone goes down here to set up on them.
Still only a level 1 Echo Slam.
Yeah.
Only downside. Now Krax is level 11. Ramsey's. He has the blink. 18.5 minutes in. Blink, Battle Fury, Phase Treads, Wand. Phase Drums, Wand.
They have 2 cores that have passed that 10,000 gold before 20 minutes. It'll be a big staple for many teams when you're farming really well. And the Gyrocopter no one is about to have BKB. So a lot of the damage coming out, especially from that Batrider, is going to be negated.
I love the simultaneous scans from both VP and VG. Checking the north and south entrances to the Radiant jungle.
Gee, they want to take a fight. They are actually just shy of level 2 Exorcism on Ori.
They can still do Roshan though. Like they have enough survivability to do this. They just have to commit heavily. Oh wait, are they expecting VP to be in there? Because VP are now coming. They're also 5-man smoked up, moving to the Roshan pit. The Vortex try and get vision inside of Roshan. No one's there.
They really want Ori to be level 12. He needs level 2 Exorcism for the next fight, and he does claim it up top. They need that extra damage, because right now they are very limited in damage in the Chronosphere without Exorcism being high level.
Oh, VP, they're going in. VG Gaming, will they recognize this soon enough? Dragontel, keep the stuns going onto Roshan. 11, he's a fantastic hero. It's that Batrider to try and contest Roshan. Just needs to get the right time with the Firefly, and he's got the perfect time. Roshan at 2k HP. Solo will see him. They put the cold feet, so no blink abilities here for 11. But the rest of VG, Paparazzi, ready for that jump in chrono with the Echo Slam. Roger will catch 2 in the backlines. Even the fidgets on the Paparazzi. They hit the ultimate. They hit the Ice Blast on Ori. He cannot join the fight. Roshan, Paparazzi, he just snatched out that Aegis to the Immortal. So Ramsey's got to kill him off twice, but they move forward. The Exorcism going to work. Roger, he'll go down to Ori. Now the ultimate has worn off on him. Ori can join this fight with the Spirit Siphon to do some work, but Pasha stands on top. Ori cannot survive. The Flame Break will connect on the DK, but he's got more than enough regeneration to survive, while 11 does not. He'll take a fall. Rubik's on the run, but he's in range of Ramsey's aura. Nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide. VG Gaming lose 4. They still have the Aegis Immortal in the Faceless Void, but that was not the steal they were looking for. Roger on the money.
Yeah, that ward being placed on the high ground before the fight was taken, so Roger sees the perfect opportunity to stop the rest of the aggression. Like we said, they don't have a lot of damage inside that Chronosphere. It's pretty much just the Exorcism. They're able to isolate Ori. VP's just playing so fast in this game.
They really are. And how does VG even respond, even when Death Prophet's back to life again? It's a minute and a half before Exorcism has arrived.
It's a Rax. They don't have Chrono, they don't have Exorcism, they can't take this fight.
So Faceless Void just takes the tier 1 tower up on top. You get what you can. Lanham at least can steal Purification. But Echo Slam plus Ancient Apparition ultimate connecting on the marks. You just don't know how you fight in that if you're VG.
They at least have the Aegis, all right? At least they got that, but they're definitely on the big time back foot right now.
The Aegis is stopping VP from continuing to push and potentially taking a tier 2. Paparazzi can time walk, starts his TP. The homing missile won't reach him in time, but now we have a global ability that we can watch. Maybe we shouldn't though. As Pasha on bottom lane. 11 would love to have a crack at this. Firefly's in 3 seconds time.
VP can continue this quick pace though. Like we were talking about, they're not as limited as Vici are on their ultis. They've got Echo Slam up in about 20 seconds as well. That's probably what they can just wait for. Get that BKB on Ramses. But they're in a very comfortable position right now with the pace of the game. Everything's been going their way.
So how does VG change the tempo? Like, is it 4-man smokes? Is it just working with 11?
They have
and giving Faceless Void space to farm and get bigger?
They have to just protect Ori in the fights. That's the problem. I think Vision is actually going to be the biggest thing for me. Getting a gem, clearing out those wards, because they're not able to get those initial jumps like they usually have been when they've been playing with 11 Batrider. Every time that they've won with him on it, he gets the jump. He gets the start of the fight. While in this situation, it's been VP every single time leading the charge. So I think the Vision is going to be really important for the upcoming ones. If they can catch several heroes inside the Chrono with the Death Prophet protected, then they've actually got a shot to take it. But it's a pretty large gold advantage at the moment. 14k and 10k experience.
It just keeps rising for VP. But VG Gaming, they're not forcing the issue on bottom. They added a little bit of pressure and then backed off. VP looked like they didn't actually have any desire to fight this. In fact, they were pushing out the lanes faster by triggering Dragon Form on Pasha.
First pro Battle Fury on Omni since at least 2013.
All along, what happened in 2013 with this, with these guys, was the Battle Fury.
So Ramses switches to the S and Y since he's got his own repel, but Pasha almost has BK. So they're going to be very durable on their cores.
Here they come. The line is drawn from Virtus Pro. Push bottom lane. Oro needs to get a lot more momentum out of this top lane. They're going to get VP to look behind. 11 potentially can creep skip too. He's just hiding in the trees between the towers.
They're trying to press the issue on the side of VP before the BKBs come out on Vici, because a lot of their damage is still magical. And they know that those cores still don't have them. They were watching this whole time, actually. They've been spotting Paparazzi jumping through the jungle, trying to finish that one up.
Oh, Ori's almost got his. He's only 100 gold away from it. A nice thing for him, Lanham's also got the Blink Dagger, so they're getting more items to be useful. I think the only one who's kind of starving is the Bane, but that's to be understood because he's a Bane.
The vision by VP is ridiculous this game. They have 6 wards on the map at the moment.
They're TPing in. Paparazzi just used his time walk before this. He'll have to use it after. That damage and the stun lock. They'll burn the Aegis Immortal. Lanham, what do you want to do here? He's in the neighborhood. He'll pick up the ES. Ends up getting Echo Slam. Roger! He jumped perfectly. Paparazzi into his open arms. Lanham will go down as well as the attack flies through the air. Roger sees a fissure, but the time dilatation's making it really, really difficult to catch him. He'll sit in the trees, TP to Fumble. He'll throw the fissure, then blink up. Roger! Roger! How does he know? How does he know? Lanham! Now Manure!
And mid as well. 11 gets picked off.
Oh.
This honestly, the warding vision, the warding game by VP is crazy. This game, they've just seen every single time where all of Vici's heroes are, so they know. They're like, oh look, Void's top. There's a Rubik sitting behind him, and we see the Batrider mid. They just have vision of absolutely everything in the game, and this should be the second Rax here.
It will be. There's no way to defend. Ori cannot go into this battle, even with his BKB up and running. They need the Chronosphere from Faceless Void to make this a real fight. And Virtus Pro, they could take the Rax, and now back up. No risk to be taken.
They've already cleared out all the shrines as well. 20k gold lead, 21 now. Continuing to be more and more out of control.
Just love that play from Roger. I just want to watch that back and...
He's been in the right place at the right time the entire game, even from the beginning, from laning phase.
Not even to fall for, like, it's fissure bait, right? Like a fissure and I TP. I get the sunlock. Doesn't happen. Blink up. Follow him. VG Gaming, they need something now. Problem is, with the middle lane and the top lane pressuring in all the time, The second they leave their base, VP will know about it. You talked about the vision game previously. Now the creep wave is helping Virtus Pro.
Vici's a little bit trapped here at the moment. There's not really great options for them. Taking a fight into VP is pretty much impossible because they don't have the damage to deal with these heroes anymore. I think they have to get like a 5-man chrono.
I love that movement speed on Ramses. When he triggers off his phase boots, I've just never seen an Omni like run that fast with like so much brutality inside of him.
It's just because the Battle Fury. The
Yeah.
Battle Fury just makes him look...
Shouldn't work that way though, right? You should have like a battle mallet. So like, technically this isn't Bat Rider, this is Owl Rider for 11th.
I like the Owl.
The Owl does look very cool. I like the Manta Rider.
But Butterfly finished on no one.
Solo.
10, 0, and 8 on that gyrocopter, involved in 18 of the 20 kills for his team. Been incredibly active.
Actually crazy just how much they can do that. Like 18 kills for the gyrocopter for no one, like that's as in involved in. Just shows you how VP set the tempo, how
look at
VP
Roger.
play this.
Roger's having fun right now.
Just go in the lane. Hiding under the Shadow Amulet.
They just know they have to keep the 3 lanes forced in, and if that's the case, they're always going to know that Vici's not making a move.
I'm almost waiting for like Roger to try and set us off on the TI clap. I think that is there an ability that gets his hands to that point without burning the ultimate. Faceless Void as his BKB. This time has to be now or never, right, for VG. Like,
It comes down to that they can't... All their 2 lanes are getting pushed in constantly because they've got Raxes down, so VP, they just need to play as a unit, and they can never really falter to this.
Roshan spawn time is instant. It didn't even have a second on it. I was looking to put the clock up, and Ramses scouts it so quickly. This is just enabling VP.
Yeah, and Aegis and Cheese versus Chronosphere, it's one of the best.
Because there's no way just to get an instant kill.
Yep.
Like, even Ori, like, what does he want to do? Like, you get the Chronosphere off, but unless you hit, like, a 3-man Chronosphere with Exorcism getting all of his damage in, one target by another.
They have to get the Omni Knight inside of the Chrono as well.
Yeah. Which is almost impossible. Like, Ramses is 1, moving so fast, but 2, even if he is inside the Chrono, I don't think you kill him.
I don't think they can kill many of the cores. They're all so durable now. It's really looking like a massive uphill battle for Vici.
VG are the ones meant to be having that high ground. So here we go again. Waiting for Bat Rider almost throw down the pre-Firefly. But the top lane is on the ramp. The middle lane's about there too. This push can come from Virtus Pro, but they're not under any kind of real time pressure. 11, there's your Blink Lasso, 4-star back. They want the Gyrocopter, pulling him in very, very deep. They're trying to burn the Aegis Immortal, but they haven't even got him yet. The Flame Break, now they can crack it. Rubik was a sacrifice for it all. Remember, you've still got the Chronosphere available, but the Echo Slam! Roger is there at the right time. Fiend's Grip is out, but Fenrir, he can't survive inside of this. No one from VG can. Ori is running back to the only safe place, and that's backstage. VP own this map, and they own game 1.
I don't know if they made any mistakes on the side of VP. That was flawless execution from start to finish. Roger sitting around the mid lane, shutting down Ori. They know this Death Prophet's coming. Vici's ran it so many times. VP just understood it.